One place I don't like wasting money is on my shotgun target. So I just kind of wanted to go over this with you guys. I'm going to show you a super simple way um, just to shoot your shotgun, pattern your shotgun. It's as good as any other method you're going to see. A lot of people probably going to think this is dumb, some redneck hick out in the sticks, but guys, this works and it's great. It's cheap. This is just my backboard. This one's pretty new. You can see I shoot my rifle at it some. I've already patterned a couple shotguns on it. Um, it's nothing fancy. It's just a wooden frame behind it. I'll kind of turn it here so you can see it. I mean, it's just scrap lumber. It took me a couple jobs one summer or over a year to get enough lumber and screws for it, but just threw it together. It's not structurally sound or anything, but it's cheap. Did not cost me a dime to make this because I already had everything else. But anyways, so as for the target, I see a lot of people just shoot these little pieces of paper. Maybe they'll shoot that bigger shoot and see turkey head. That's fine and dandy, but if you really want to know what your pattern is doing at the outer limits of it, you really need something that's a good bit wider, a good bit longer. Now I see some guys, they'll say, hey, go to Lowe's or Home Depot and you can get some sort of like construction or carpenter's paper. And so guys will go out and they'll buy a roll of that, and it's not expensive, but the method I'm about to show you is just as good as that. It gives you just as big a target, and it's free if you're like me. So a lot of you guys, if you live in the country, you probably own cattle. If you guys are watching this, you're probably hunters. You might deer hunt. You probably put out corn to your deer. I don't know. You are a bunch of them yahoos out there that are throwing corn chops out for your turkeys. You've definitely got bags of empty bags right now, but I see people occasionally, they will actually use these, and I think that's great, guys. These are free. I mean, this is a Hirsch. We feed this to our cattle. Nothing fancy. It's just a bag. A lot of people just take it and they'll just nail it right up to whatever they're shooting at, and that's fine and dandy. But if I'm shooting and let's say if I'm just shooting from the middle of it, trying to get my gun sighted in, and I hit dead in the middle of it, I basically only can get one use out of this bag. So what I found out several years back, we had an old feed store down the road that they actually would buy these paper sacks from us. And this guy showed me, you know, there's always a way that you can cut these strings and they'll just pull right out. I cannot, for the life of me, ever remember what that was, but you can just cut your strings. There we go. I started getting it there. Sometimes it takes me a time or two to flip it around and finally find the corner that you got to cut. Just cut that little string. Might have to edit this out. Now I'll show it to you. Stick my knife in there. I'll just cut the strings. Alright. So what I've essentially done here is went and tore my bag because I'm in a hurry. But I've essentially created a paper cylinder. And so what you can do now, if you got a half decent knife, I'll just pinch it between my legs, poke it out, and I'll use my knife and I'll just run a slit down one of the sides. Kind of helps to have something to pull against. Ain't got to be nothing pretty, ain't got to be nothing perfect, but you can see, now I've got a big target. I mean, you can put this up here, and I mean, you can, if you space your dots out, you might get 2 or 3 shots out of that. If you're shooting long range, if you're shooting close range, like zeroing in a red dot, a lot of times I'll put like 6 dots on here, and then I have 6 shots I can get zeroed in. Now today I'm already pretty close, so I probably won't do that, but what you can do to even further get the best bang for your free buck is you can see these, I can't see, I'm filming on my phone. You can see I got these layers here. And so most of these paper feed sacks, if you're getting with your cattle feed or whatever, they'll have 3 layers. They'll have kind of a show layer on the outside, and then 2 kind of heavier layers that I guess are your working layers. But anyway, they're just glued at one end most of the time. And you just take it, if you're careful and you kind of take your time and be patient, pull them apart. So from there, I'm just going to go ahead and use this one first. I actually like these because it makes counting your targets pretty easy. But I just take my regular old staple gun. If you're a half-handy guy, if you don't live in the city, you probably got one of these laying around for some reason or another. If you don't, if you got a wife that likes Pinterest, I guarantee you your wife's got one of these. Anyway, it just takes one staple in each corner. And you can see, like, that's not perfect, it's not square or anything, but I'm shooting a shotgun at it. So if I'm shooting out at like 40 yards or something, and I want to see how is my pattern acting at the distance I'm hunting, I'll put one dot in the middle of it. Sometimes I'll carry around like one of them $2 things of spray paint that you can buy at Walmart or Home Depot or wherever, your local hardware store. I'll take that and I'll spray a little dot wherever I'm wanting to shoot at. Or if, like I said, you're a person, you probably got duct tape laying around your house. Most of you guys, you probably keep a roll of this in your truck. But I just tear me off a little square, and I slap that up there. And so, boom, now you've got a pattern board. You can pull this off, flip it over. You can look at all the dots on your paper. If you use one of these outer layers, it's got some of this ink and writing on it. Picking out all of your pellet hits, that does kind of get tricky. So I try to flip it over and I would shoot the other side. But today I'm not worried about counting pellets. I'm just shooting my duct tape dot. If you wanted to, yeah, go ahead and slap one of your fancy birchwoods up here. But for me, that's all it takes, guys.